They're both bald, but Andy thinks he's not. Andy may deny it, but you know it's just lies, because they're two bald guys.
I did a Trump this morning, and that I reckon I must have lost like 2 dress sizes.
2 dress sizes?
Seriously, mate. My stomach was like that fucker this morning. It was so bad. It was like a balloon.
Really?
And I was like, it's not a good feeling. So I got up out of bed. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, walked downstairs, sat on the shitter, and literally, I reckon 100 PSI must have come out of me.
Really?
It was, I was laughing on the toilet thinking,
Noise.
I'm going to wake up the girls. Do you know what I'm saying?
But proud of it.
Absolutely. And I got up and was like, oh, see Todge.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I mean, though? It happens, doesn't it? Do you know, when you get older, you're like, oh, see it now.
Middle-aged spread. Have you tried non-dairy? You know, if I drink coffees, especially like milky coffees.
I love cheese. I'm never going to stop eating cheese.
Have you tried like oat milk or something? Because honestly, at the end of the day, if I went into the office, I have 2 large cappuccinos or lattes, loads of milk, and I'd be like, your shirt buttons are gaping, right? And you're like, wow, this is painful. I moved to oat milk. None of it. Honestly, try it.
Do you know what? I'm going shopping tomorrow, and I'll get some oat milk because
Give it a go.
recently at night I'm like
Enormous.
fucking triplets, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? It's literally that bad. I hardly see my feet nor along with Todge. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh,
Mate, I am feeling old at the moment. I know I'm only 41. I'm not even old yet, but things are creaking. I stand up and I make a noise now. The back. Do you get that?
honestly, mate. Do you know what? We've got the most comfiest bed in the world, right? It's amazing. But I wake up in the morning like, and I have to slowly like flip my feet around, put them on the floor, and straighten up and go. I'm 45. Do you know what I mean?
We were at the beach.
I need a Zimmer frame at the side of the bed to get up. Do you know what I mean? Upright.
We were at the beach recently, and I had to warm up before throwing a stone into the water because I was worried about my shoulder. You're laughing because you know you do that as well.
Mate, honestly, I honestly feel you there. It's like, I was like, Daddy, can you chuck me in the pool?
Give me 7 or 8 minutes to warm up.
I was doing all the stretches.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah.
I was chucking her in the air. She's laughing her head off.
You're fine.
Splashing. I'm fine. But if I hadn't done that, in the morning, I'd have been like...
I never had to warm up in my 20s.
Oh, shoulder is not
Yeah.
good.
Exactly.
What's that about?
Well, I'm poorly put together, so you know what? I don't really get ill.
You don't. I get ill all the time, but I don't get injured.
Exactly, but my joints, both knees are destroyed, both shoulders are destroyed, my back, surgeries all over the place. My joint, I'm just poorly put together. When I used to build cars, we're what we called a Friday night car.
Yeah.
It's just one that goes wrong
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
I think it's really tough for a guy to accept, because men are quite physical. We build stuff, we mend stuff, we look after the house, we look after the car.
Very proud people.
Proud,
We are.
practical people.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. When you get to that point where a man has to accept you can no longer do things that you did before, that's really tough, actually.
Yeah.
And I think we're at that age now where we could still have our best years ahead of us.
Yeah.
Right? We could still, with 8-9 months of hard work, be the fittest we've ever been,
Yeah.
or be the strongest we've ever been.
Yeah.
And we've been strong and fit at points in our lives, haven't we? Been to
Absolutely.
the gym.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been really fit at points,
Yeah.
climbing mountains and all sorts. And we used to go to the gym together a lot. We've been really strong.
Mhm.
We could still have the best years ahead of us. But that point where you go, I can't do that anymore, that's really tough for a bloke, actually.
But it almost seems possible at the moment because I wake up, my knee, I'll be walking down the stairs and my knee's gone. And I limp to the table in the kitchen and I'll be like, what? Why can't I put any pressure on my knee?
Let's do it.
You know, but do you know what? I've been really bad. I got in shape for going on holiday and I've come back from holiday. I've been back, 6 weeks now, and I've not been to the gym because I've got no focus.
I did the same for the wedding. Got in shape for that and then thought, no.
Yeah.
Right, choice. Strong or fit? Because it's hard to do both. It's hard to lose weight and get really fit and build muscles.
I think we've got very different bodies, as you know. I can be strong, but my fitness is shit. Yeah. Really shit. Like, I'll have a proper chiseled body.
Yeah.
But you put me on a cross trainer for 10 minutes and I'm literally an asthmatic 90-year-old. Do you know what I mean? But where's the balance?
So my question is, a choice right now, fit, so you don't get out of breath running up the stairs, which I do, or strong. What would you go for? Because I can't do both.
I need both. I need to do half like, physical exercise and half strength, because I will gain strength really quickly, but my actual endurance is so bad. Like, as you said, I run up 3 steps and I'm like...
Let's do it. So why don't we're in end of September now. Yeah. Let's see where we get to by Christmas. So 3 months, nearly.
I'd like to be in shape for Joe's 40th.
So that's the end of the year. So end of the year, let's see where we are. And actually, what we'll see now is, can you imagine if there's some troll watching this that goes, oh, here's an episode from the end of September, and I've got another episode of them at the end of December, and he's gone bigger. Right, we're committing to it now.
No, I'm with you, mate.
Let's go for it. All right? We're going to hit it hard for 3 months and see where we are at the end of the year.
Absolutely. I'm up for that.
Should we do that?
I'm up for that. I want the viewers to actually see the difference.
And we're going to do a podcast at the end of December. Yeah. And if we don't look better, we need some comments telling us what pricks we are.
Absolutely.
Absolutely useless and we can't commit to anything.
After a long hiatus of not playing golf, because when we were working nights and days, we would finish our 4 days and we would go and play golf straight away.
Pre-children.
We finish at 7 o'clock in the morning. We would drive up to Ramsdale and we would do the par 3 18 hole. And that was our life. And I fucking loved it, mate.
I feel like golf is a sport because it takes so much time. It's like before you have kids and then after you have kids in your 50s or something.
Like my dad, he goes and plays golf 3 times a week. But his kids are all grown up and, he hasn't got that responsibility. And now, after 20 years, as I say, hiatus from golf, we went down to your van.
In Cornwall.
Yeah. And we were like, it's like riding a bike. We will be fantastic. Yes. We got to the first hole. We got a 4-ball in front of us. And if you don't know golf, 4-ball means 4 people in front of you playing golf. It means 4 balls, basically. And we got a 3-ball that just joined us behind us. And we're like, we've not played golf in 20 years. Andy's swinging like he can hit a golf ball. Fantastic.
Confident man.
Indeed. We're playing a links course. So a links course is a course right next to the sea.
Lots of wind, which you can blame for your shots being terrible and going off.
But there wasn't a breath that day. It was beautiful sunshine. And we were like, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. So I go up. I crack a ball. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't bad, though. It was still on the fairway.
I could have thrown it further.
You probably could have. Andy gets up. Similar kind of shot. We're like, do you know what, Rich? We're not that bad. The 4-ball in front of us that probably play every week were not much better.
They were terrible. And we would have both taken a fairway shot off the first tee, wouldn't we?
Exactly. So my second shot, there's a big net that's covering kind of like a pond stroke. It's a bit bigger than a pond. It's a bit of a lake. And I hook it, it hits the fence and rolls down. I'm like, oh, bollocks. I'm not going to be able to find that. Andy's laughing his tits off because I'm really shit. He hooks it, hits a tree, not any better.
So these are par 3 golf courses. You should chip onto the green, putt, get it in for 2 or 3. We've had 2 shots and we've got no idea where our golf balls even are.
And bear in mind, we've got the pressure of 3 ball behind us.
Oh, the eyes behind you are terrible. They make you so nervous.
Really do. You know, when you look at the PGA tournaments online and they've got 1,000 people watching them on the tee, yep, and they've got to hit it dead straight because otherwise they're going to kill someone. Now, me and you would kill someone, wouldn't we? To be quite honest, if we had a, Tiger Woods or someone like that shot off the tee and you crack someone in the head, you're going to probably kill someone.
And we probably would hit someone in the head because have you ever seen on the TV where it's like the US Masters or something, yes, and the pin is there and they have this line of people that goes just narrow and then it opens out and you go, there's no way I'm hitting it through there. Someone would get twatted in the head.
Someone's going to get twatted, and that would be my worry. So, first hole, I think we didn't do too bad, 5 or 6 shots to the hole.
No, I think you're remembering this incorrectly. I think we got to 6 or 7 and then picked the balls up and walked to the second tee. Yeah.
I remember the 4th hole.
I remember this.
I was laughing that hard, I actually almost pissed myself.
I think there was turtle head coming out.
There probably was, because you cracked one off the tee, it hit the tree.
The noise of it hitting the tree, I can still remember it went crack and bounced back to nearly where I was stood.
So you picked up the ball, put it back on your tee, crack! Went past the tree onto the next hole.
No, it went on to a different green where people were putting, and they looked very angry, actually.
And that...
You were sympathetic.
I was very sympathetic. I didn't laugh at all. I was laughing so hard, I was crying at this point because, bear in mind, this is a 2-ball off the tee. So you anger swing off the tee, not much better than hitting the tree. You were about to the right of you were to the left of the tree. So I'm honestly thinking, I'm going to be Tiger Woods here.
Show me how it's done.
Fucking was, and my tee shot off was fantastic. It went straight as a die. And I ended up doing something like 10 shots from that shot to the hole because I was so bad. It went in the bunker. 15 shots out the bunker. It was one of those awful.
Why are we so bad at golf? It's one of those sports where, you can be reasonably good at football and live with the people around you. If you're not great at golf, if you're just a bit shit or really shit, it's the most frustrating sport. It's like you'll do 2 or 3 good shots in a whole round of golf. And then you'll talk about them afterwards, like, remember that one shot I did where I chipped it near the hole? And it's like, yeah, but the other 80 shots were terrible. Terrible.
My shot game is just terrible.
We're so awful, aren't we?
Terrible. You have 5 shots out of the bunker because you're so shit. It's so infuriating. And if you've not played it, you'll never know how infuriating that game is.
The level of rage that you get from what is quite a passive sport, actually, is incredible.
We don't probably help ourselves, do we?
We go once a year.
And what do we go with?
I mean, we usually hungover.
I mean, the last time was probably the most painful drive to the golf course because we had one drink before.
One drink, which you're allowed, but we had 2 bottles of vodka the day before. So we waited until we were legally allowed to drive.
Yes.
That doesn't mean we were well.
No, I mean, the Cornish roads.
That's the trouble with Cornwall, is it's windy roads, and you nearly puked your ring.
I mean, I was a passenger, and Andy is a really good driver, but I don't care if you're driving in a Rolls Royce that you don't feel the bends. Being a passenger at all is just not nice.
No, it's no good at all.
And we got to the golf course and we were like, oh, so hungover. Let's just get onto the first tee. Let's settle in. We'll be fine.
But we got there and we thought fresh air will do us good.
Next year, we might go around in par.
No, we won't. No, we won't, though.
Such a negative attitude that you have.
No, we won't. We won't.
And we will be drunk again. No, hungover, not drunk.
Well, in fairness, we might get a taxi and be drunk. It might make us better.
Do you know what? That might be.
I would love to hear from people going, the lowest I've ever scored on golf, which means the best, is when I was battered. We went to a golf course at 9:30 at night when I was steaming and I shot a 75 or something. I'd be like, oh my God, how does that happen?
Because if you're drunk, you're not worried about the team behind you, are you?
You don't even know they're there.
You're not bothered, are you, to be quite honest? And I'd find it quite funny if the 4 ball in front of us were on the green, but yet my ball runs past them into the hole.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they get mad and you don't care.
I think that would be something that we need to do.
A drunken round of golf would be amazing.
In all fairness, I think that, I mean, when we went down to the shop drunk to get more booze, was actually hilarious.
The amount of crisps we came back with, thinking we'll eat all of these.
Our healthy choice, people, was not healthy. It was sweets for Isla, but we ended up eating.
She wasn't there, so yes.
Well, I was thinking of taking them home with me.
Prawn cocktail crisps, salt and vinegar crisps, Haribo,
Yes.
Kit Kats,
And ice creams.
ice creams,
And then a bottle of vodka.
and 2 bottles of vodka. And we were like, no, but we won't have all this tonight. By the end of the night, all gone.
All gone. And that's hence when we went to golf and we were so poorly. I was so poorly in that car. I mean, you were driving.
I was fine. No, I was absolutely fine. Now, as you know, I'm not naturally a pleasant guy. This is the issue, is when I try to be too nice, I can come across as a bit camp. In fact, there was this time... I haven't told you about this yet. Okay. There was this time in Asda, the supermarket near me. You know the Asda, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was... Amy and I just started dating. And I was making her dinner and a dessert. I wanted to impress, obviously. And I hadn't really noticed who was behind me in the queue, but I noticed there was a guy there. I was like, that's fine. So I bought a load of stuff for the puddings and the dessert I was going to make and the meal I was going to make. And because I was talking to the checkout lady, I was being quite pleasant and I must have come across as a bit camp. Because then I put all my stuff back in the trolley,
Right.
walked outside, and the guy behind me, a guy came and spoke to me who I didn't realise was the guy behind me until he started speaking. And he went, hello, I was very impressed with the celery, but I wasn't so impressed with the flakes. And I went, sorry, what? And at that point I realised he was the guy behind me. And he went, I was very impressed with the celery, but I wasn't so impressed with the flakes.
What a weird thing to say,
Absolutely.
but like, wow.
So I went, oh yeah. And I was being nice. And I thought, oh, this guy's he's really camp. He's probably gay. It's fine. And I went, oh yeah. I'm cooking dinner and I'm making dessert for my girlfriend tonight. And he went, oh, have a good night then. And I thought, oh my God, I've literally just pinged on his Gaydar. So he thought that he was talking to another gay man because I was being pleasant to the lady. And he was like, as soon as I said I'm cooking with my girlfriend. He was like, really? Is she like a beard for you or something?
Lesson learned. Don't be pleasant.
Never be pleasant. And I've taken that into account every day since. So I pinged on his Gaydar, but we've had false Gaydar before.
We have.
Remember when we worked together? Remember Batty John?
I still stick with my flipping story there, to be quite honest,
What's
mate.
your story?
That he's as queer as they come, to be quite honest.
Never has a nickname suited a man so well as Batty John.
My parents even used to say that. That's the worst thing in this, mate, is that, you know, he would come round to my house and my mum and dad be like, oh, Batty John's here.
Oh my God.
You can't say that. You can't say that. And it's like, but
That was his
he
name.
is.
He was Batty
But
John.
he was called Batty John.
And he had a thing for you. Do you remember? You had your saxo,
Yeah,
your
he
pink,
bought saxo.
your pink saxo,
Yeah.
and
It wasn't
then
pink. It was
salmon. And then not long after, Batty John turned up in a pink saxo.
Yeah.
He did, and started talking about how great it was with you.
Yeah.
He had a thing for you.
Yeah.
He had a thing for you.
He did.
But he wasn't gay,
No, he
Batty John.
No.
Do you remember we had a guy join our night shift that was gay, and he was speaking to Batty John all day, and at the end of it, he went, "Oh, how are you getting on? You enjoying the job?" He went, "Yeah, I've been speaking to John. He seems like a really good guy." I went, "Yeah, his girlfriend." He went, "Sorry, because I've been speaking to him all day, thinking he's gay," and we're like, "Yeah, we all do, but he's not."
No, he's not. He's not. And he was a really nice guy.
He
and
was, absolutely.
it was just
But our Gaydar was wrong there.
absolutely. And you do get Gaydar. You're like, oh, that guy's. I used to work with the guy, right? And he probably admits it, to be quite honest. Craig. He was the warehouse manager, but he minced. You know, when he walked, he minced.
Just effeminate.
You know, he just had that air about him. Married, kids, all that jazz.
Yep.
But he just came over a little bit.
What I will say though is I absolutely love the gay scene. Me and Amy went to Birmingham Pride a couple of years ago. Oh my God, it was amazing. The music, the chats, the costumes, the sights, the scenes. It was amazing. Would you be comfortable at Birmingham at Gay Pride? Because not everyone is.
Loads of times.
Has she?
Yeah,
Would
she's
you
been
go?
loads of times. I'd go, definitely.
We're
Yeah.
thinking about
I'd probably get chatted up by some kind of gay bloke because I'm quite pretty.
You are so pretty. You're a beautiful man.
Hairless, just
A god.
cherub of
A
man.
god.
But we're thinking of doing Manchester Pride next year.
Oh, absolutely. We'd be up for that.
We should go to that. We should so go to Manchester Gay Pride. It's an amazing scene.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Honestly, I reckon if me and Amy broke up, I'd be tempted to go to a Pride event. I would absolutely clean up. Maybe clean up isn't the right words there. But big bald guy with a beard is a type for gay men.
I'd be
Bear.
tempted to even
Would you
shave
be a
my
bear?
A bear cub. So I've got so many.
Or a receiver?
I've got so many gay friends, and the gay community set up their own little terms. So there's twinks, there's butch, there's bear cubs, there's bears. I like to think of myself as a bear cub. I'm not quite a bear yet. So the bears are the huge, enormous, hairy-shouldered guys. The bear cubs are just the other side of that.
which
What
I
am
think
I
is
then?
still-
I would say you're a twink.
Because I'm literally hairless.
You're a beautiful, beautiful, angelic
Hairless.
man.
I can't even grow a beard, so therefore I'm hairless.
No beard, no hair on your head, no hair on your back, no hair on your chest.
Very hair on the old Todge.
Balls,
Yes,
little bit.
a little bit.
And you've got a beautiful singing voice as well.
I won't probably go that far, but
You're
I mean,
angelic.
I think you're being very complimentary, and I like that. But
Oh, you'd do well in prison.
probably would, to be quite
Yeah.
honest. Yeah.
All right. Hope you've enjoyed the chat today. Thanks for listening to Two Bald Guys.
Thanks, guys.